Zel Boy Army, what is up? It's your boy Zelonius and my man Ainsley, and we're here today with the second part of the FIFA 19 official player ratings countdown. So here we go. We're starting off with Raja Nainggolan, one of the most popular players on FIFA. Box-to-box midfielder with a bit of everything. He'll probably be even more popular now. Vidal's not really going to be that relevant. He's had a level downgrade this year. I have to admit, I've not watched a lot of him at Roma. I saw him in the Champions League. He scored some great goals in those games, but a lot of the game didn't seem to be doing a lot. If he was that indispensable, I'd imagine he'd get picked by Belgium still, regardless of his off-field misdemeanours. So maybe a downgrade seems fair, but an 85 still, very good rating. High work rates. 3-star skills weak, if not the best, but it's okay. 75 is his lowest on his rated stat on his card. He'll be a very good all-rounded player. If he gets team of the season, as always, he'll be amazing. He will still be very popular, very good player. Near top tier early on in the game, one of the best non-icon midfielders. Serie A's looking very, very good. Some more Serie A players coming in this countdown. Serie A 7 in Serie A. We could see a lot more Serie A teams this year because there's bigger, better players to build towards now. Inter Milan, some good players there. Perisic could be getting a high rated card this year. Haven't seen him yet. Mertens is always a good card that he gets a strong link to. The card is normally pretty good. So it's going to be interesting, but Nainggolan will probably cost at least 100 grand. He's always popular early on. So yeah, good card there. Alexandro, very good pace. It seems like the pace downgrade this year is happening across the board for a lot of players. Sandro is one of the quicker defenders I've seen so far. 5'11", good work rates, good physical, good dribbling as well, and good on the ball. He'll be a top tier left back. Maybe only Jordi Alba will be better than him. Marcel will be better rated, but Marcel's pace normally isn't that good. So probably Jordi Alba or Alexandro, that's the go-to left back. He will make pro teams. He'll be very, very good. Yeah, popular card. And the Juventus links to the players like Benascia, Chiellini, Bonucci is going to make him even more expensive. And he's Brazilian. Benascia, not the quickest. I think he's had a bit of a pace downgrade, but a very good card nonetheless. He's not bad on the ball for a centre-back. Medium-high is perfect. He's tall, solid pace, very strong. Plays for Juve. He'll be a very, very good card this year. One of the more expensive centre-backs early on. He'll be very popular. He'll make it into pretty good sides. Parejo has been playing well for Valencia. Too slow. Not the strongest. Balance is pretty low. He'll be a pretty useless card, unfortunately. Probably an SBC player. Matic, maybe he's a little bit too slow, but he's still 6'4". Good work rates for his position. He'll be very strong, okay on the ball. He won't be top tier at all because of that pace, but being in the Prem, playing for Man U, so he links to some very good players. He'll probably still be a pretty good card. For the first few months, even with that pace, I still think he'll be relevant because he's physically very good and tall. Those type of players always work on FIFA. He probably won't cost a lot because of his nationality and his pace. So he'll be a pretty good card for a relatively decent price, I'd imagine. Douglas Costa's got a massive upgrade this year. Don't know enough about him. I haven't watched enough of him in real life to see if he's warranted it. But regardless, 5-star skill moves, rapid, very, very good dribbling, strong link to CR7, who's probably going to be a striker. It's going to make him an incredible card. He'll be very, very expensive, being Brazilian and giving a strong link to CR7. A very good card early on. I'm not sure his finishing will be the highest, and with that weak foot could let him down a bit. But he's going to still be a very good card and popular. As Piliqueta, his height and lack of physical, 77 physical for a centre-back, isn't the best, to be honest. But he's very quick, very good on the ball, one of the best ball-playing centre-backs in the game. Be very useful, strong link to De Gea, one of the best centre-backs in the Prem. Probably him and Van Dijk will be the best, I'd imagine. He'll be very useful, and he's got decent work rates as well, so he'll be a popular card. Can link to Ramos as well. If he gets team of the season, it's always a very good card. One of the best centre-backs in the world, in my opinion, so an 86 is pretty fair. I mean, Naldo, I don't think he even gets in the Brazil squad anymore. I mean, he's 36 now. Looking at that age, I don't know how he's got such a rating. upgrade at 36 years old. He's about to turn 36 in 3 days. But regardless, he's got a good weaker foot, which is always useful considering he's a bit clunky. His physical won't be as high as it looks because his jumping will be so low, but he'll still be very strong, and the jumping doesn't really matter when you're that tall. He's not the slowest for someone who's that tall, but he'll be a bit clunky and a bit slow, but he'll still early on be a pretty good centre-back. Big threat in the air on corners. The timed heading looks pretty good on corners. Be a pretty good centre-back early on in the game. Fernandinho, very good player in real life. Deserves the upgrade in my opinion. I rate him in match a similar level, so I think that's a fair rating for Fernandinho. Brazilian, playing with Man City to link to some of their players. Obviously they've got a lot of top class players. But the pace downgrade, and he won't be the strongest, kind of messes him up a bit. But he'll still be very useful. Early on, even with that pace, he'll still be very good. A strong link to Fabinho. In the 4-2-3-1, these will be very good players for a good price. Very good player, and I reckon he'll make it in some pretty good teams early on. Pjanic, not the quickest, not the strongest, not the best defensively. If we were to go by anything on the past FIFAs, being pretty good on the ball, passing doesn't mean a lot. He'll be okay, he'll have a decent long shot, but I don't think he's going to be that great. He'll be a solid option early on. Links to some of the very good Juventus players. We've got a good option in Serie A. If he had 10 more pace, he'd be really good, but I think he's not quite physically good enough to dominate in that midfield. Sane's got the 4-star skills this year. Don't know why he didn't have it before. An 86 is quite an upgrade. I would have maybe gone an 85, but he was very good last year, so can there or thereabouts accept an 86. Rapid, he'll have pretty good shooting, decent strength and balance for someone who's 6 foot. Be a very good card, one of the best wingers in the game at the start. Be very popular, probably cost 150 to 200 grand, I'd imagine, being a German player at Man City in the Prem. So he's gonna be at a lot of people's price range. He ain't gonna be like a top tier player with some of the icons we've got, but he'll still be very good, and probably a month or two in the game be like that type of the standard weekend league player that people are gonna have a month or two into the game, I imagine. It might even take longer because he's a decent rating. Bonucci, good work rates, very good on the ball. Too slow to be top tier though. Again, linked to someone like Benassia, Chiellini, he'll still be pretty good, but the pace lets him down a bit. Quite a downgrade this year. I do think he had a pretty poor season at Milan, but his work rates are good. He's decent on the ball. He'll be a good option early on. We've seen already so many Juve players. There's going to be so many options there that would probably mean he's a decent price to start with, to be honest. Boateng, he's been poor for a couple of years. He was one of the best rated centre-backs for a good few years on FIFA. He's had a bad few years. Bayern have toyed with selling him in real life. But he's very tall, very good on the ball still on FIFA. Pretty good pace. One of the best rated centre-backs in terms of pace we've seen so far. He'll still be strong. This rating downgrade will probably lower his price and pack weight a bit. So he'll probably be more affordable, because last year he was around 130,000 coins for quite a while. But at that rating, he'll lower maybe to 60, 70,000. Bayern Munich obviously have some very good players. Strong link to some of them. He'll still be a very good option and one of the best non-icon centre-backs to begin with. Muller, he's not the strongest, not very quick for a striker or cam. Dribbling's not the best. His movement's incredible, and early on in the game it normally is pretty dangerous, that movement, but it doesn't take long till people get used to defending and get better players. Muller's pretty useless, you'll rarely see him in teams. So, yeah, he probably deserves that rating, but he's not going to be picked by many people. I wouldn't recommend him. Edison, I'm not sure he's better than Alisson. Like I said, he doesn't even, in the video yesterday, he doesn't even get picked by Brazil ahead of Alisson. I'd probably rate him at the same level, but he's got very good stats. His kicking's incredible as well, so his distribution will be very good, which is underrated attribute sometimes in FIFA. It can make a difference at times, especially with those driven kicks that people started doing after texted that Barcelona. 86 rated, very good, one of the best keepers in the game. Strong links to Man City players, Brazilian to link to some of the other Brazilian players we've got in the game, Thiago Silva, Ronaldo, etc. Probably quite expensive, but a very good option. Firmino, I'm pretty sure he's got a downgrade on his pace. Still got the brightest teeth in the Prem. He'll be a useful option. Probably going to need a few informs till he becomes really useful, which he'll probably get playing in that Liverpool trio up front. He'll be a good option, good card. Strong linked to some very good players in the Premiership. But I don't think he's going to be that brilliant until he gets a few informs. But he'll be a popular player early on. And even at that rate, he might be a bit cheaper because of the pace. Verratti, I think his pace has gone up this year. But his physicals are never that good. He's 5'5", not very quick. His amazing dribbling and passing don't really make up for that on FIFA, unfortunately, if we're going by previous FIFAs. So I don't think he'll be very useful. He'll just be using SBCs. Otamendi, the high work rates. I'm not feeling that at centre-back. The 60 pace isn't the best. He'll be okay early on, but once people start to get decent pace players, he'll probably get exposed. Had a very good season for Man City. I'm not sure he is actually as good as that. I think Man City just make him look a bit better than he is. But I don't think he'll be too popular because of that pace. Thiago, I can't remember what his pace was last year, but I think it's a downgrade again this year. Okay pace, decent work rates, 5-star skills, always popular. He'll be a decent option for the first month or two. But like quite a few players, he's going to need quite a few upgrading forms to become like near, if even get to top tier. He's just going to get bullied by the top tier midfielders on the game. Good option early on. He'll have a decent long shot. Very good passing and very good on the ball. He's not too slow. Probably won't be too expensive either, but he's not quite a top tier player. Ozil, one of the biggest downgrades we've seen this year. I think he was either an 88 or 89 last year. He's been useless on FIFA for years just because he's not the quickest, his physicals aren't that good, and his brilliant passing and dribbling stats don't really seem to matter too much. His work rates are okay, but he's pretty useless on FIFA. You rarely see him in teams at all. Today, the only real players that I think we're going to see in near top tier teams at all would be Sane, Benasha, 9-goal, maybe Azpilicueta. Let's have a look through. Edison maybe, Boateng, Fernandinho for a little bit. Douglas Costa will be pretty good. There's not too many, and even some of these are pushing it. 9-goal and will be pretty good, but the only one who probably is guaranteed to be near top tier teams is Alexandra. But that wraps up today's video, boys. Thank you very much for watching. Please smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm trying to get lots of content for you boys on FIFA 19. I've got some general tips videos coming up next week. I'll do a club tour for FIFA 18 so you can see all the players I ended up getting on the road to glory this year. From then on, it's going to be all FIFA 19 content. Let me know in the comments what type of content you want to see. I'm excited for FIFA 19. It's less than 2 weeks now till early access. Thank you very much for watching, boys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Good night.